welcome to my kitchen table. I'm Rachel. Today I'm making my life a lot easier by making one of my meals this week ahead of time. I am making a Tex-Mex classic. It's going to be green chili enchiladas with the salsa verde and homemade black beans. So I just put 4 cups of water into a pot with my beans. I have quick soaked these beans because you guys, seriously, I never remember to pre-soak my beans overnight. I'm going to put about a tablespoon of powdered chicken broth into the pot. I am going to add a diced onion. And basically, so I am also going to add a little bit of cayenne pepper. Just a pinch. Cayenne, with the cayenne a little bit goes a long way. Cumin on the other hand, have at it. I wanted to do something that would be delicious but simple during the week that I don't have to spend a lot of time on. And this is basically one thing I've come up with. I have several other things that I'm going to be doing this week, but for today, we're going to make our enchiladas ahead of time. Okay, and I just used about a tablespoon of chili powder, and I'm going to do the same with onion powder. And you guys, honestly, I don't measure. I just eyeball it, really. And tahini, probably just a teaspoon because I'm going to use that later. And then a little bit of oregano. I'll probably do about a tablespoon of oregano just because we're really trying to develop some flavors here with our beans. I'm going to turn the burner on high. You want to start your beans ahead of time before you start anything else, because since these are fresh beans that I've quick soaked, these are going to take a very long time to cook. Do everything else in the meantime while these cook. You guys, I may not have mentioned before, so let me mention now that I did add salt and pepper to the beans as well. I got to thinking about it and I said, you know, I don't think I actually said something. So I'm saying something. Okay, I'm going to take a whole chicken. I'm going to cut up this chicken and I am going to cook this chicken. What I'm doing here is I am cutting out the backbone of the chicken to get the meat out easier. Poultry shears are the best way to go about this. I am currently using my kitchen shears. Same thing, I suppose. Maybe not. We'll find out here in a minute, won't we? All right. A little bit more to go, and your chicken will be open like that. Okay, this is going to give you guys more of a surface area to work with to get all of these parts off easier. And I am going to pull off all of this skin because skin is very fatty and you don't want it to make your chicken greasy, because we are going to boil this to make it shreddable. So I'm just going to remove all of that skin. I'm going to go ahead and re-clean that floor later too. All right. And also, if you get these little pieces of fat on the side, you just cut those off as well. And I'm just going to finish up here, and then we're going to move on. Now, the thigh and the leg. Drumstick there's a joint in here that if you pop that joint, it's easier to cut through. So you just want to press, and you got to press hard too. It's not, and I just heard it. So the joint is right here. And so now it'll be a lot easier to cut through. Just like that. All right, so these pieces are ready to go. You guys, don't worry if you have little bones here, because we're not going to eat the chicken this way. We're just going to cut this off of the bird for now, and we will put it in a pot of boiling waters or water to boil, so it's fine. There is the other joint. You're gonna have one on the wing as well. Okay. I think it's just going to be easier to go ahead and pop off the rest of the skin while the bird is still somewhat intact. Yeah, this is a lot easier, you guys. Do it this way. All right. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?
Spider with raw chicken.
Over your hair.
I'm gonna go shower now, basically.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Hold on.
Babe, I'm so sorry. Joe's mad at me because I just got chicken guts all over him. It was, I'm not gonna lie, a little bit funny, but he did not find it funny. It's like, it's all part of cooking, you know what I mean? It happens. He says he's gonna go get in the shower now. I don't blame him. I wouldn't want chicken goo on me either. All right, so these, okay, and now for the chicken breast. You just at an angle, knife at an angle, because that breastbone is going to get in your way. You just kind of want to go alongside that breastbone. You can even just throw it, the carcass in there just like this. There's your breast. You can throw it in there just like this if you want that added flavor with this bone. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just go cut the pieces off and then add them into the pot alongside that bone. Okay, I am just going to go ahead and add all of these parts to this pot. It's a Dutch oven. They don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be intact because we're just going to shred it later. Bones and everything right on in. I'm going to cover it with some water. Add a good deal of salt. Probably about 2 tablespoons. We're going to add probably, I'm doing about a teaspoon of pepper, a teaspoon of salt. I really just want to get this flavored up. So, it'll cook into the broth too. So you can definitely add a little bit more than you would normally add to something you're just going to put in your mouth. But since this is in water, we need to add a little bit more to ensure that the chicken gets infused with flavor. Okay, so about 1.5 tablespoons, of chili powder, about a half a teaspoon, I'd say about a teaspoon of the cayenne pepper. I'm doing about 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of each of the oregano and garlic and onion powder. And for this, I'm just using powders. I'm not using actual aromatics because I don't want them to get lost. I just want them to flavor the broth. So we're also going to add about a half a teaspoon of cumin, or not a half a teaspoon, sorry. We're going to add a tablespoon and a half to 2 tablespoons of cumin. Okay, so as you can see, this is flavored nicely and our chicken is starting to boil. Again, we are just going to boil this chicken until it is shreddable and ready to go. I just want to kind of mix those in just a little bit, not crazy. Okay. All right, and I'm going to watch that. All right, and my beans are looking good. See, come look at these beans. They look beautiful. Not done. Not done, but pretty. Okay, so while these finish up cooking and while this gets shreddable, we're going to go ahead and work on our salsa verde. You guys, I just turned my oven onto the broil setting because we are about to make our salsa verde. I'm going to take 6 Anaheim chilies and I'm going to place them on a foil-lined rimmed baking sheet because we are going to char these. We've also got 2 serrano chilies as well as 6 tomatillos and a white onion. So we are going to put all of these under the broiler and get them good and charred so that they have that roasted flavor. But not least, we're going to take canola oil and we're just going to drizzle it along because you want to make sure that you have enough, but we're just going to drizzle these, okay? And then you just want to roll them around and kind of make sure that you get the whole of everything. All right, I just washed my hands and I'm going to move this out of the way. Whoa. All right, and we are going to go ahead and put it about 6 inches underneath the broiler, like I said. They keep moving. Okay. And I also want to make sure that they're not right up against the sides of the baking sheet. All right. All right, the chicken is ready. So I'm going to pull these out now so they can rest a bit before I start to shred them. There's the carcass. You guys, this is what I'm talking about. This is a charred Anaheim chili. So I am going to turn these over. Something very important is you want to turn your pan also. So everything cooks evenly. I'm going to find a different way to go about this because these need to be turned. Hold on. There we go. Good enough. All right. And these are just going to go back in until the skins of this side are charred. I decided I'm going to go ahead and strain out this broth because I am going to use a little bit of it when I go to finish off the beans. Hold on. I have my fat separator here, so I'm just going to pour the broth into the top. You want to do it kind of slow because you want to make sure that you don't spill all over the place like I just did. And I can already see fat settling to the very top. So that's good. We're going to let this sit and collect the rest of the fat before we strain it out to use it for our beans. I can smell these from a mile away. They are done. Look at those beauties. Those things are just ready. Okay. Ready to go into the blender. So I am going to pick these up, seeds and all. You can remove the seeds if you want to. I'm only going to leave the seeds in with 2 of them, and then I'll take the rest out. Tomatillos go in. Try to scoop up as much of that juice as you can. Okay, you guys, so I have all of the chilies and the onion in the pot or the blender. I'm gonna add 6 garlic cloves. Okay, we're gonna add a little bit of salt and some pepper. And last but not least, about a tablespoon of olive oil. Gonna blend this up until it's smooth. All right, that is smooth, and now we are going to bring it over into a medium saucepan. We're just going to add the tomatillo salsa. This is what it should look like when it goes into the saucepan to cook. Okay, and I'm just going to turn it on medium heat, and I'm going to let this cook. I have already shredded up all of the chicken, so in here you have a mix of dark meat and white meat. Make sure when you pull apart your bird that you're taking care to remove any cartilage, bones, veins, anything like that, things that no one wants to eat. I know I don't want to eat them, so I make sure to remove them. You can just do the white meat if you want. You can do just the dark meat if you want. We are going to do a mix here today. Okay, we've come to the point where we're almost about ready to start putting these together. I am very quickly going to spray my pan with non-stick cooking spray because I want to make sure that these do not stick to the bottom. The easier they are to get off, the better your tortillas stay intact. I have preheated my oven to 350 degrees. I am going to take, let me get a spoon. I am going to take some of the salsa verde, just a little bit, and I'm going to just put it at the bottom of the pan, just for added moisture and flavor. And you guys, I want to make sure that you know that when you cook salsa verde, it does get a little bit thick, so you can thin it out as much as you want to the consistency that you want with chicken broth. And what I did was I used this chicken broth that we saved back, and I thinned it out a little bit. So now I'm just going to add about a cup. I'm just going to eyeball this. To the pan or to the bowl with the chicken. Okay, and then I'm going to add a 4-ounce can of chopped green chilies right in the bowl. I'm going to kind of work this around just a little bit. Now that that's worked in, we're going to add about 2 cups of pepper jack cheese to the mix. So I'm going to do about half of what's on this plate. Getting fancy with my paper plates here. All right. And you're just going to mix that up as well. Take your corn tortilla. You want to do about medium-sized corn tortillas. And you're going to put just a little bit in the center. And you're going to roll it once. Make sure all of it's in there. Roll it twice. Grab at the bottom and on the sides, and you're going to place at the bottom of your pan. And you're going to continue this And you're going to continue this until they're all done and in your pan. Once these are all together, I'm going to put the remaining sauce on top, and then we're going to bake them at 350. And we're going to bake on 350 for 30 minutes. All right, now that these are completely put together and put in their casserole dishes, we're going to cover them with their sauce and more cheese. Okay, these ones are just going to take a little bit since they're, and we'll spread this on. Okay. And these are looking really, really good, you guys. I cannot wait till they come out of the oven. And move some over to the side. Okay, and now it's time for the cheese. We're going to put a mixture of pepper jack and Monterey. So I'm just going to take the remaining pepper jack from our mixture, and I'm going to just add it right on into the pan. Okay. And don't worry if there's not enough, because you're just going to have this Monterey Jack to do to work. All right, so I'm going to finish just covering these with Monterey Jack. Doesn't that look delicious? Oh, the more the merrier on the cheese especially. Gosh, you guys, these look so good. Now we're going to do these. This one was only 3. I could only make 3. That's okay. We have plenty. Okay, those are loaded up. We'll just put the rest of them on this. Move it around a little bit so you get good coverage. And they are ready to go in the oven. All right, so I'm going to put both of these in the oven. And it's just going to cook at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. And then we will be ready to serve. Okay, it has been 30 minutes and we are bringing it out. Oh, these look really good. These look so amazing. Ooh, look at that, you guys. Oh my God. All right, so I'm just gonna set that one there. This is what it looks like when they're all done. And you can always sprinkle on a little bit of freshly chopped cilantro. So I'm gonna do here. Okay, you're just gonna cut right down the center. I have to have a taste, you guys. This looks amazing. Chicken looks delicious. All the melty, cheesy. Cannot wait. Okay. That is really good. The chicken is so good. It's not dry. It's so good. The cheese. I'm having a minute. Hold on. That is good. That is full of flavor. The salsa verde was perfect. I was worried that it was going to be really hot, but actually, by hot I mean spicy. It's really not. It's tempered. You can taste it a little bit on your tongue, but it's not so overpowering. That cilantro made the dish. It just made it so much better. And that cheese, oh, the pepper jack and the Monterey jack. This is perfect, you guys. You have to make this. Okay, you guys, Now to finish off these beans. The beans have been cooking a lot longer than I had originally stated because they were not done. So right now I'm just going to add a little bit of chicken broth, not much, maybe about half a cup. Stir that around. I'm going to add some more onion because the rest of it has completely dissolved in the cooking process. And so I just want these onions to be nice and tender. Okay? Okay. And then I'm going to use an entire lime, or juice of one lime, I should say. Then we're going to just stir it together. And then I'm just going to cover it and cook it for just a few more minutes until those onions are tender. The seasoning has stayed throughout the dish, so I don't need to add any more seasoning right now. When we get to the very end, I'm going to taste it just to make sure we don't need to add any salt. Okay, you guys. These are the finished product here. And I'm going to take a taste, see what we need, if anything. Wow. Wow. That flavor is amazing. The chicken broth, that chicken broth was a really good addition because it really gave so much more flavor to what was already a flavorful bean. And those onions, they have a good texture. They're translucent and they're soft and they've got a little bit of a crunch to them, all while being soft, and these are really good beans. Sorry, hold on. Oh yeah. I'm totally into this. That lime juice. I just got that lime juice. Oh wow. You guys, come on. Black beans, enchilada, no joke, I've been eating it. These are amazing, and they're amazing together. And we're gonna have this beautiful dinner, and it's gonna taste delicious, and you guys are gonna be like, I'm gonna make that for my family, and I'm gonna be like, you totally should. So try this out for your family. Let me know how it went, what they thought, and make sure to like my video and subscribe to my channel. You can find me on Pinterest and Instagram at Rachel's_kitchen_table. And you guys, thanks again. Happy eating. Bye.